Good morning, children. Let us start with the next chapter, that is chapter 11, the machine age. So, in this chapter, basically, we are going to understand the metals which were used by the early human being as tools, and also the change, the revolution that took place in the process of industrialization. We will also be talking about mass production. Mass production is production in huge quantity, the use of fuels in different machines, and the alternative sources of energy that we have. All right, so let us start now. A machine is a device that makes our work easier. Machines are used in a wide variety of industrial, commercial, residential, and transport applications. First of all, underline the first sentence. What do you mean by a machine? A machine is a device that makes our work easier, in simple language. Anything which makes our work easier is called a machine. Now, for example, the switch we have in the switchboard, which makes our work easier. How? We feel hot. Now, instead of standing and rotating the fan, the blades of the fan with your hand, you just go press one switch, the fan starts moving in its direction, right? So that small switch, that is also a machine. Why? It is making our work easier. It is making our work easier in the rotating the fan. Now, likewise, in our day-to-day life, this was just one example. There are so many machines that we use daily. The watch that we wear, that is a machine which helps us to know the time. Just one glance, and we can come to know what the time is round. So, likewise, there are so many machines which are used in industries, which are used in for commercial purposes, businesses, which are used at home, which are used for transportation, different modes of transportation like cycle, bike, scooty, car. These are all machines. So today, human beings have invented many, useful machines which helps us in our day-to-day life in each and every field. Now, if you see the beginning of these machines, from where did it all start? It is a long journey since the beginning days, the early days of human being. Let us start the first with discovery of metal. The first metal to be discovered was copper. Underline that. The first metal to be discovered was copper. It was used to make better tools. Discovery of iron brought about a revolution. It helped in the rapid growth and development of the machine era. The tools made of iron were useful and made cultivation easy, leading men to a more civilized and cultured life. With the invention of wheel, the cars started moving faster. So the first metal that came, that was copper, and then gradually iron. With iron, a big revolution, a big change took place, as because the growth and development of machines started growing much more rapidly, and the tools which were made of iron, those tools also helped in cultivation. Earlier, we didn't have so sophisticated tools like the way we have it today. So, especially in the process of cultivation, generally it was all old primitive tools, some sticks and all, wooden sticks like that. But with the coming of this iron, man started living, when it has started helping in cultivation. So man also started living a better life, a civilized, cultured life. They didn't have to wander around from one place to another in search of food, because it can be cultivated now by themselves. Another remarkable discovery was invention of wheel. With the invention of wheel, the carts, okay, that started moving faster. We know how wheel helped us and how wheel is helping to even today. The next discovery was invention of steam engine. James Watt invented the steam engine. Underline that. It started an era of machine. After that, during the next 200 years, many new machines were made. So, after the invention of a steam engine, and after the next following 200 years, many new machines came up. There's another person called George Stephenson, who was an English engineer who built the first public railway line in the world to use steam locomotives. Underline that, steam engines. So the first railway line was made by this English engineer. English means Britisher, Britain. uh, George Stephenson. And the first steam engine was invented by James Watt. Now, these machines made the speed of transportation faster, and especially the steam engine was also used in ships. With the coming of the steam engines, trade with other countries developed faster because things could be carried faster from one country to another. And next was the discovery of mineral oils. Mineral oils further added, or you can say, revolutionized the means of transport. Like why? Because of the mineral oil, it led to the invention of cars, trucks, and all. The Industrial Revolution. How did this Industrial Revolution take place? How, when, where? Let's see. In brief, in short, not in detail. Now, when machines started doing what man did, what man used to do earlier with hands, now machines started doing those things. With the time, man developed a few more machines which made the task of man much easier and quicker. Then people started making things in factories on a small scale, and this gave rise to Industrial Revolution. It was Europe where the Industrial Revolution first began. Along with mass production, there was division of labor. Employment was provided to thousands of workers in factories. Steam was required to drive this machine. Therefore, there was a big rise in the demand for coal. Machines were made to mine coal from coal pits. Efforts were made to discover new coal fields. Man had to go deep into coal mines to extract coal. It was very risky. Deep mining was costly. Hence, there was a search for a new source of energy. Alright. Now, when machines were invented, and these machines were used to do those works which earlier man used to do, so that machine produces things quicker and in a much more easier way. So gradually what happens, factories started producing on a mass scale, means on large quantity, and this is what gave rise to Industrial Revolution. Industrial Revolution in the whole of the world, it first began from England, and then gradually it started spreading to the other parts of the world. Along with the mass production, when production started increasing, division of labor took place. The laborers were categorized into different groups. Now, and people also got, yes, machines are there does not mean that people's job will become unemployed, jobless, as their work will be done by machine. No, someone has to be there to run the machine, right? To operate the machine. So thousands of people got jobs in the factories and all. But these machines, in order to run these machines, steam was required, and steam can be generated from coal. So again, machines were made to mine coal, to dig out coal from the coal pits. Now efforts were made to discover new coal fields wherever coal is available. But to extract this coal, man had to go deep into the coal mines, and that's very risky. And another thing was, firstly, it was risky. Another thing was, it was costly. Deep mining was costly. Now, therefore, the people started looking for an alternative source of energy instead of coal. We'll keep it up to this much for the day, up to the Industrial Revolution. We shall finish up this chapter in the next class. Go through the text. That'll be enough for you. Read the text, go through each and every single word thoroughly. See you all then in the next class. God bless you all.